everybody!
Hello, welcome. Proper intro pending. One day it will be snazzy. I wish. Anyway, yes, welcome to the first ever Rezic Battle Bunker News, the show where we round up the events from the first round one of the Hive Rezic Necromunda campaign. We've got a packed roster tonight since it's the first episode. And we're going to have to brief you on how the campaign works. So, Rob, what is Hive Rezic, and what are the players and gangs fighting for?
Hive Rezic is a newly discovered aqueduct dome. That is, it's a dome that collects, recycles, and redistributes the precious resource known as water.
Well, everything in Necromunda is recycled, including the water. So water everywhere, not a drop to drink, and water everywhere. And in Hive Rezic, it stinks.
Sure does. That's right. Hive Rezic is basically a massive toilet for the upper echelons of the Spire, and they get to have the nice, clean, pure, drinkable water pumped back up to them. So, to your average hiver like you and I, it is a paradise. It is said that you can hear the running of the main inflow pipe, the flush, every corner of Rezic splashing away, and as long as you can put up with the smell, the views are splendid. Although not much to see from Battle Bunker HQ news here. Mostly steel.
Opportunities are rife, with the 5 factions having paid their sponsorship into the Hive, vying up to set up operations, new business ventures. Jobs are aplenty.
Maybe you've always wanted to command a trade boat, or
what is a boat, Rob?
Even know what a boat is. Head down to one of the ports, I suppose.
That's a good idea. Campaign-wise, each gang was allocated a starting position and has to scout and battle over territories to gain possession of them. Scouting is simple, as each territory has a number, and each faction can scout an adjacent known territory before a battle is decided. This means two new areas are scouted and revealed before a battleground is located and decided, and any revealed location can be chosen.
So this means that all players must weigh up whether they want or to deny their enemy by selecting it in a fight, but beware, if you scout something valuable and don't decide to fight over it, another player can. We're currently in what's called occupation phase of round 1, whereby gangs are just trying to claim all the territories that are revealed in the Hive. Once that's done, we'll move over to the occupation. The occupation phase will end. Yep. That's a long way off from now. So future episodes will talk about what the next phase, the takeover phase, means. But for now, what's important is just taking territory.
Yeah, so over to the real meat of the show. Battle reports for each game.
Well, game 1 was between your Ghost Syndicate, Stephen's Ghost Syndicate, a Delac gang, were challenging Darren's Knights of Decimation, as a corpse grinder cult gang. They're battling, they very much are. Battling over Territory 7, which was a mine workings. That's been fully recorded, so you can go and watch that if you like, so we'll just be brief.
It was a gloriously close battle in the end. I am impartial. With the corpse grinders trying to push my Delacs off the board, I gave to them a returning of rivering fire and cut them down. Ghost Syndicate did take the win, but with their leader visiting a rogue doctor, it was costly. But in my opinion, Rob...
Unbiased,
of course, unbiased. Unbiased news here, RBBN. Completely worth it to make sure Darren doesn't get a win.
He might make up for it later.
Spoilers.
Well, we'll get there. Game 2 was between Nick and his Iron Blood Kings, an Orlok gang challenging Martin's Wrecking Crew, a Goliath gang, to the territory number 13, one of those glorious ports. It was an open Hive War mission called a Backstab Turf War, with each player starting in corners within a Radphage ridden environment.
Radphage is a hazard that means any successful to hit roll automatically flesh wounds. Flesh wounds is when you lose 1 toughness to a character. It's great for gangs who have a lot of guns, like Nick's
Iron Blood
King.
And Martin's not say tactic as such, but benefit of having high toughness rated guys, you expect that to be quite a tasty fight. So the Martin's Goliaths, confident with their high toughness, could not see them withstanding the guns of the Iron Blood Kings. It's the rad-phage, hazardous environment, which can quickly weaken said characters, punish the wrecking crew who are caught out in the open. The battle for the central objective, the objective is in the middle, to hold the middle board or have presence in the middle of the board, was grim, as the wrecking crew leader Khan chopped and pounded his way to the middle as the rest of his gang peeled away. The jaws of the Orlocks closed around and finished off the mighty Khan, who had to limp away with an incredibly wounded and weakened gang.
So Nick and his Iron Blood Kings managed to blast a comfortable win.
Game 3 saw the return of Darren's Knights of Decimation, with them being challenged by my heroic Forgesetzer, a House Van Saar gang. The territory being fought for was number 9, which was a slag furnace. Mission was a straight-up standoff, so whoever lasts the longest wins. It'd been a long old time since I've dipped my toes into the world of Necromunda, probably best on a decade. So just a standard of fight as you could hope for.
Now, once again, the corpse grinders of Darren's gang charged at their prey with infiltrating initiates and anti-shooting mask. They went up front and got in Rob's firing lines. One initiate was quickly gunned down by Rob Van Saars. Well done, Rob.
Thank you very much. First kill in a decade.
Who were castling up on the tallest part of the board. But that's unfortunately about it. Despite all their technology, nothing could stop the decimation advance. With a couple of casualties sustained, the Vorgesetzer waved the white flag, ceded the game. A win for Dan and his Knights of Decimation. Any personal thoughts on that, Rob?
Tactically, thought I played it well, which was just, stay out of the range of the mental people with the sharp razor blades and try and shoot them, but just could not penetrate those, what do you call them, those anti-shooty masks. They're basically these scary masks that stop you from shooting them.
Without swearing.
Yeah,
rubbish.
Yeah, rubbish is what they were.
As a shooting game myself, I hate them too. They were
really, really annoying. I had every time I wanted to shoot somebody that was wearing one of these masks, you had to pass a willpower check?
It's a willpower check. I think your guys at 9+.
Most of them were 9+, except for my one guy who was the guy that took out the initiate. So I had a 25% chance just to initiate a shooting chance, let alone to hit and to wound after all that. So yeah, tactically I thought I did the right thing, and it was simply a case of cause as much damage as possible until the crazy bone-sawing lunatics get within sharpening range of one's gentleman areas.
One good thing about a standoff mission is that if you play it for the first time in a campaign, you don't lose any reputation. So you can have a go, and if it doesn't work out well, then there's no loss in terms of reputation, but there can be in material and men.
Yep.
We expected some grunts in reply from the corpse grinders, but when asked, they countered with...
The night air was clear and crisp as I rambled towards my destination. Seized within my left fist, my accoutrements rattled. It was the only sound I could hear besides my own beating heart. My anxiety cut through the cacophony of urban life. Not even the sound of the local luncheonette adorned with shining golden arches could pierce the thick fog of restlessness that lay upon my soul. The imminent affray was inching closer. By my own doing, no less, although each step trembled like a knot staying my...
The speech continues, but I think for the sake of our viewers' sanity, we'll have to stop it early. If you petition, dear viewers, we could have a full reading.
Private reading. We have a spare day. Game 4, the Knights of Decimation challenged the Iron Blood Kings in a tunnel clash, Darren versus Nick, in a game that promised to be a bloodbath. It ended up with Nick's Orlot on the back foot, for pretty much the entire game.
Yeah.
Thanks to some pesky initiates from Darren and some, as we all know, bad dice rolls. Rather than see his gang cut to ribbons, the Ironblood Kings decided to duck out and gave a reasonably easy victory for Darren and his corpse grinders. So more purple pros from the Decimation camp followed that battle too. I think we could probably make a whole series with them just on their own.
Let's hope not.
They're wonderful poetic readings from a deluded shaver of people.
Anyways, I'm game 5. Martin offers Rob to a shootout, or rather, as I put it, Goliaths. Ambush Van Zandt.
It was exactly what I wanted, but it was just worse things.
He took you into that.
He really did.
Let's both take 4 people.
Yeah, which was fine. I didn't. I had like 5 people. Thought, okay, I'll just need to draw my leader in this. Did I draw my leader?
No, of course not.
I didn't.
But anyway, what seemed like a perfect trap for the Goliaths and the Wrecking Crew, they managed to smash the 4 Gazetzer Van Zandt in less of a shootout, but more of a rout. The heroic, a heroic Jew, managed to do a flyover and hit, and then try to overcharge his last pistol and blast a hole in someone. But unfortunately, even though some of them hit, they never did even manage to wound.
Damage.
So he was cut to ribbons, and the rest of the gang had to run.
Yep.
And that was it, unfortunately, for game 5.
Yeah, that was it. Really, it was a shame. Again, I thought it was exactly the right thing I wanted. This time I could hit. There was no silly death masks that I couldn't get through, but I just had strength 3 weapons against, was it toughness 4, toughness 5 guys?
4, 5, yeah.
So I could hit a plenty, but do very little damage. So eventually, just run away. But lucky I didn't make them change a real mission.
Yes. They are slow then, Goliath.
Yeah, they are.
Made them walk.
Ran away. And I got speedy guys on cool hoverboards.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time, yeah.
So that's round 1. But where does that leave us in terms of rankings and territories?
Yeah, so the ranking after round 1, Nick's Ironblood Kings are top, and a close race between the remaining places, second down through 5th. Over to the campaign map, you can see that the Knights of Decimation, Darren's Corpse Grinder Cult guys, are leading with 3 territories, and my poor 4 Gazetster yet to claim anything and stuck with their starting settlement.
Don't panic, Rob.
Yeah.
That's only 2 of the criteria that I need to win in this campaign. There are more, 3 more to be exact. And in episode 2, Rezic Battle Bunker News, we will go through them. And with that, we come to an end of our inaugural episode.
Very good. So stay tuned for more Necromunda goodness with Rezic Battle Bunker News. We hope to see you again.
Bye!